government.
Right.
Okay.
And that's fine.
Who's paying for that?
They just don't invite me. I guess they didn't want to pay.
Do they fly? Do they fly private or do they fly a
Of
commercial?
course, it's private. You think they're gonna go on a commercial plane? They have their own jet.
You mean Prime Minister of Jamaica
Of
have his own
course.
jet?
Yes.
If not fly for
No.
British Airways.
Nope.
You really believe that?
I believe that. Unless they're gonna charter British Airways.
To England?
Yes.
Are you serious?
Yes.
We don't got that kind of money.
But he got the money.
You got to be kidding me. Anyway, they're going, and if you're familiar, if you've been following, the Queen is finally back home.
Mm-hmm.
She's back in, what do you call that place again? The
Buckingham.
palace, Buckingham. Yes, that's her office, her main office. She's back in Buckingham. All right, so that's good. So when is the funeral?
I don't know. I didn't watch the news yesterday.
She already had a funeral service, in Scotland.
Okay.
No, did you know Scotland and England is the same island?
Right. So she have one there, and she gonna have one in London.
Right.
Okay.
So it's so funny because I always thought that Scotland was like a different country, different land. I didn't realize that the Great Britain island was divided into three actually. Because then you have Wales. Wales is
Yeah,
actually a
Scotland,
country.
Wales, and
There's a
Scotland.
country named Wales.
Yeah.
Okay. So there you go.
Yeah.
Little history class for you.
I know.
Yeah. And
Thank you.
and then you have part of another island next to it called Northern the Ireland, yes. And they only have piece of that.
Okay.
You have some rebels live on the other side.
Ay. That's where I came from.
That's it. So anyway,
Oh,
so that's all that stuff's going on.
Brother Noel, good morning, sir.
All kind of stuff is happening.
Yeah.
Violence continue in our country. Haiti is asking for international help to curb the violence and the gang violence in Haiti. People want election.
Right.
All kind of stuff that's going on. The world is crazy.
Aye.
If you come locally, every time I turn on the news, it's like, what?
Man that is born of
I
a
mean,
woman.
3, 4, 5 people die just by the gun in South Florida.
We're not taking the word of God seriously.
And I believe that
Yes.
here's the thing, and this is biblical,
Yes.
that the world is a reflection of the church's condition. If the church gets it right,
Mm-hmm. You know, as you talk
as
about
the Bible said, judgment starts in the house of
in the
God.
house of God.
Yeah.
I remember when people were afraid of even talking about a man of God or a woman
Talk
of
about
God.
that. I went to the hospital yesterday,
Yeah.
and this is the first time. Okay,
Yeah.
when you go to the hospital, they have special arrangements for clergy because medical practitioners, they know that prayer works.
Yes.
Because people's faith help them to their healing.
Right.
They've seen it.
Right.
It's a proven fact.
Right.
And so I went to the hospital to visit the sick,
Mm-hmm.
and the security told me I'm not on the visitors list. I said, "What you mean? I'm clergy. I didn't know that the doctor need to be on the visitors list."
Right. Mm.
Okay. So you give me special parking, and you give me, I've never had that.
Right.
Eventually we got we went above the officer,
Mhm.
and I was able to go visit the sick. But yeah, so that's the kind of respect. And I was dressed in my collar.
Mm-hmm.
I was dressed for work.
Yeah.
I was in my uniform. And I thought that was strange. That's the first time in all of my years of ministry of visiting sick that
Clergy was not
that
on
the
the list.
that the clergy was not allowed because he was not on some
Yeah.
visitors list.
Wow.
but that's you're talking about the level of respect
taking,
that they now have
Exactly.
for ministry.
Right.
And not just understand that you're the representative of God.
Right.
As
Normally.
a pastor, I am his ambassador. I'm his representative.
Right.
And when I show up,
Hey.
he
everything-
shows up.
Yes. And
And so-
everything should come in
Exactly.
alignment,
So,
hey.
Interesting. I thought that was very interesting.
Right.
I feel that that's probably a new hospital thing because I've visited all kinds of hospital. I've walked into all kind of hospitals and I've never had that.
Right.
Anyways, here we are. It's happy Tuesday. Good to see you.
Happy Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday.
Yeah.
Tuesday was happy too.
Yeah.
See, every time I come on to the show with you, I make something this. All right, so see, that's the kind of
yes, so I don't know. We have something for you, but hey, you always do your own thing,
yes,
But thank God, we are alive,
yes,
and He is faithful and doing His work.
and we gotta
And
pray.
we just need to come in.
I want
and
to ask
continue to pray
the New
for
Season
Eva.
family to continue to pray for our sister Eva,
Yeah,
who is still,
in this coma still.
yes, she is in an induced coma. Yes, she's in induced coma, and we're gonna continue to pray for her full recovery.
Yeah.
All right, so did you say good morning to Annie?
Well, she just
Mrs.
got on.
Kennedy,
Yes.
for you,
She
please.
just got on.
Mrs. Kennedy, for you,
She
please.
went on.
Good morning, Sister Annie. Brother Noel, good morning to you.
Brother
Sister
Noel,
Millie, good morning to you.
I haven't seen
Yeah.
Brother Noel for a while. So
Long
good
time.
Yes, good morning, Brother Noel. How you doing?
I see him all the time, man.
Yeah, you
Brother,
see him.
Brother Noel is not like Brother Donovan.
Yeah.
Brother Donovan,
No, brother, unfortunately, he was on this morning. Though.
Brother Donovan came
He
on
was
his man.
on for prayer this morning. Praise God, he came on.
He came for prayer, Brother Donovan. He came for prayer. He
Of
never,
course.
you know, he never bring the Aki for Sister Brittany yesterday.
No,
No, sir. He never even respond.
cut.
Not even respond. He never respond. So he just get caught.
Sister Britt,
He get caught before he start.
Sister Britt,
Mm-hmm.
you sleep a magnet.
Welcome everybody to the Pastor Steve Show. Good morning to you. 89.1 NewSeasonFM.com. Social media, wherever you are around the world. Good morning to you.
Have I all hid my face when the storm holds above me and there's no hiding place? Mid the crash of the thunder, precious Lord, hear my cry, keep me safe till the storm passes by. Many times Satan tells us there is no need to try, that there's no end of sorrow, there's no hope by and by. But I know God is with me, and tomorrow I will rise where the sun never sets in the sky. Till the storm passes over, and the thunder sound no more, till the cloud goes forever from the sky. Hold me fast, let me stand in the hollow of your hand. Keep me safe till the storm
want to say good morning, Brother Errol. Good morning, Elizabeth.
Till the storm,
From Jersey to Jamaica. Good morning to you.
I needed to keep me safe. Hey. Keep me safe. Till the storm passes by. Needed to keep me safe. 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 Don't let me go.
Keep me safe until the storm passes by.
Don't let me go, Jesus. Keep me safe. Hold me on. Keep me safe. Don't let me go. Keep me safe. Don't let me go.
You listen to the baddest DJ in the world, aka Pastor Steve. Keep it locked at all time music.
When
Gospel
clouds of
FM.
doubt hover over me, yes, and the storms fly, toss me to and fro. There's a place of refuge that I can go. I can go. He's the shield from every tempest. Yes, he's an anchor that's so sure and true. Well, in times like these, well, it's good for me to know that God is my refuge. Yes, he's strong and mighty tower. Mighty tower that I can run to. I can run to. Oh God, yes He is. God is my refuge. Oh yes He is. Without Him, tell me what would I do? Well, oft I wonder, far from His shelter, yes, when just ahead I could not see. Oh, those dark clouds that were heavy and filled with rain. And when the winds blew out and the billows rolled, yes, in from the raging sea, peace came that moment when I called out His name.
now the ultimate power in the universe.
Thanks for listening to New Season Gospel FM, your number one gospel station.
I feel blessed, so blessed, because you're right here with me. You're standing with me. I feel blessed, so blessed, because you're right here with me. You're standing with me. Father, my friends betrayed me, my family forsake me. Thank you, Lord, for staying.
Yeah. Pull up that song, let go.
I feel blessed, so blessed, because you're right here with me. You're standing with me. I feel blessed, so blessed, because you're right here with me. You're standing with me. Father, my friends betrayed me, my family forsake me. Thank you, Lord, for staying with me. Oh yes, I felt like giving up, because I had enough when I heard that little voice keep saying to me, it said, son, you're here to do my work. Sometimes it's gonna hurt, but keep that faith in me. Just keep that faith in me, yes. The stone the builder refused shall be the head cornerstone. But with me you're not alone. I feel blessed, so blessed, because you're right here with me. You're standing with me. I feel blessed, so blessed, because you're right here with me. You're standing with me, Father. Oh, standing here with me. Oh, never leave me.
Baddest DJ in the world, aka Pastor Steve. Keep it locked at all time. New Season Gospel FM.
When you have trouble, don't cry. Oh no, no. Just remember that God is standing by. Hold on, yeah. When you have heartaches, don't cry. Oh no. Just remember that God is standing by. Sometime when your burden is down, just remember God is standing by. Thank you, Lord.
You listen to the baddest DJ in the world, aka Pastor Steve. Keep it locked at all time. New Season Gospel FM.
Just ride out the storm. Hey, you've been in the storm, and it seems like forever. And you light up has lost anchor, and the storm that you drifted, just hold on to Jesus and ride out your storm.
Ultimate power in the universe.
Let the people sing the song.
Thanks for listening to New Season Gospel FM, your number one gospel station.
Talking. You know what I'm saying? Let it do the talking. So I encourage the people this morning. You see?
But the anchor holds.
Jesus. You're my only Lord and Savior. You're my God, my King and my Redeemer. Listen, once I was a little child, never really knew I could have changed my style. I used to kind of have an attitude. People used to call me provoking and rude. Sometimes I used to scold school. Never used to obey my parents' rules. Playing like I didn't understand. I never lied when I was wrong. What I need is love, not those sinful ways. All I need is love. Give that thanks and praise. All I need is love. There's no time to gaze. All I need, I really need Jesus' love to take me through these days. What I need, I really need Jesus' love to take me through these days. Me take a stock and when me think back, the whole life is like a booby trap. My brother died by a gunshot. My sister died by a bike crash. My cousin killed by a cold cab. And if me weak, man, I get a heart attack. And I was searching for comfort. Now I found it in Jesus. All I need is love, not those sinful ways. All I need is love. Give Jah thanks and praise. All I need is love. There's no time to gaze. All I need, I really need Jesus' love to take me through these days. What I need, I really need Jesus' love to take me through these days. Hallelujah.
Yeah, man, the sweet love of God. Good morning this morning. Good morning, good morning.
Hallelujah, Jesus. Love you, Jesus. Yes.
Good morning, good morning. 10 minutes up to 9 o'clock. You're inside the Pastor Steve Show. Just the legend himself, you know.
Hey.
Sign that, man. Sign that, you know. Pastor Tyrone. You have to call it the right name now.
Pastor.
Pastor Tyrone.
Yes.
Formerly. Is it? Back then it was so. But no, this way it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Yes.
Salma says she can't.
That's not my fault. Trust me. Yeah.
Sorry, sis.
I know.
I didn't do it.
It's not
either.
our fault.
It's not me.
It's not. It's what me?
It's Happy Wednesday. It's not me.
It's Happy Wednesday.
Yes.
Yeah. Coming up at 9 o'clock. Coming up at 9 o'clock.
It's Ask the Pastor.
But yeah. Yes. I don't know this.
I wonder what they're going to ask you today.
I have no idea. To be honest with you.
Maybe Sister Princess can help you.
You know, all I know, I just wish I was where Salma is. It's not fair. Life is not fair, you know.
Life.
Sally.
God is able. My life is fine most of the times. But I've got some setbacks. So many people see the glory, don't know the story. I'm working my way back. Well, I'm a Caribbean born and raised, but nowadays I'm lost between two shores. I feel heaven is knocking on my door. Places I used to go, I go no more. Ooh, I am myself to know one day who was born to be king. And he became one. Oh.
And he became one.
Prince Emmanuel changed my life and turned it around. Yes, he's the same one. But I've got an emptiness deep inside in my heart. It won't let me go. I'm a man who don't like to cry, but I hate the feeling of losing my soul. Ooh, I am myself. To no one there, Lord, and no one heard at all, not even the chair.
Pull up that song, let go.
We all face struggles in this life, but God is able. My life is fine most of the times, but I've got some setbacks. So many people see the glory, don't know the story. I'm working my way back. Well, I'm a Caribbean born and raised, but nowadays I'm lost between two shores. I feel heaven is knocking on my door. Places I used to go, I go no more. Ooh, I am myself. To no one there, and no one heard at all, not even the chair. Ooh, I am my pride. Oh Lord, I am, said I. And I was lost and I just couldn't say why. Ooh, finding my way back home. Yeah, yeah. Have you ever heard of a man who was born to be king? And he became one. Oh.
And he became one.
Prince Emmanuel changed my life and turned it around. Yes, he's the same one. But I've got an emptiness deep inside in my heart. It won't let me go. I'm a man who don't like to cry, but I hate the feeling of losing my soul. Ooh, I am myself. To no one there, Lord, and no one
that time of the morning. It is
59.
8:59.
Yes.
At 9 o'clock,
It is.
we have a segment that we call Ask the Pastor. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to go to that next.
Cool.
After these announcements, we will take on that task. All right?
Yep.
Ask the Pastor. Coming your way in just a moment.
Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path.
Join me, Pastor Steve, every Wednesday evening for Life in the Word. Every Wednesday evening at 7:30 p.m. Every Wednesday evening for Life in the Word. With yours truly, Pastor Steve. I look forward to seeing you.
There right beside me. Thy word is a lamp unto my feet and a light unto my path.
Hi, this is Yessie Leva, host of Yes with Yessie. Join me every Thursday at 6:30 p.m. for information, resources, and services available to individuals with disabilities in our community.
When Jesus says yes, nobody can say no.
For more than 12 years, Prestige Music Center has served this community, laying a solid musical foundation for some of South Florida's top musicians, singers, and producers. Start your journey today. We start children as early as 3 years old. 954-990-7460 or visit prestigemusiccenter.com.
I want you to fix me, Lord. Hey. Oh, Lord, fix me.
Tune in every Wednesday morning at 9 o'clock for Ask the Pastor. Yeah, that's where we take your question, your letter, and give you life-changing answers.
Amen.
Ask the Pastor every Wednesday morning at 9
a.m.
And it's that time of the morning. It is a minute, maybe 2, after 9 o'clock, and we are in that segment. I ask you to share the broadcast again. I guess Facebook cut you off. So for the folks on social media, they are having a moment. Yes. But those who listen to 89.1, or if you're streaming, you have no issues. YouTube, don't have any issues. Just the Facebookers. Right. People like to listen on Facebook. I don't know why.
I guess it's the most entertained. But what about YouTube?
I don't know.
I guess it's their preference.
It's their preference, yes. But they have to deal with Mark.
Yeah.
Cut him off all the time. Anyways, this morning we want to talk about, read a couple of letters and look at some root causes. You know, because all of these letters kind of like have
root cause.
Yeah,
there's a place where
yeah,
it came
yeah,
from.
yeah. There's something in common. Okay. This is it's amazing because you know when you counsel, it's the root cause sometimes amazes you.
Yes.
I mean, like where it actually started. Yes. When people actually start to like.
Because it always starts somewhere.
Yes, but sometimes it is so tiny.
Yeah.
You know, so petty.
It started out petty because it festers because it was not dealt with.
Right.
And that's the problem.
That is correct. And if you plant something and you leave it,
doesn't mean that it's dead enough.
No, especially if you do something that waters it.
Yeah. It only take a little drizzle. You just take a drizzle.
Eventually,
it's going to grow.
Eventually, it's going to sprout.
Yes.
I'll say, hey, yes. I'm here. Hello.
Yes. Yeah.
All
I'm
right.
still here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
All right. So we're gonna take a couple of those this morning and see if we can work through maybe 2 or 3 of those.
Okay.
All right, ready? All right, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's take the first one.
Okay.
And this is interesting.
Good
all right?
morning, my sister.
Good morning, my sister.
You see
Oh.
so happy today?
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yes. You know, she's the best looking one of your children, your mother children.
Oh Jesus.
Yes.
Wow.
My favorite.
Oh.
Yes.
Wow.
So you go.
Good to know.
You can't hate on your sister though.
I still don't.
You can't hate on your
Still
sister.
don't hate.
You can't hate on your sister. Yeah.
Still don't hate.
You know, you have to go like, oh, my beautiful sister. Say it again.
Of course, my
beautiful sister.
My beautiful
Yes.
sister. Yes.
Yeah. Haven't seen her in a while. Yeah.
I know.
All right.
Yeah. Well, never too late for a
Never
shower
too late for a
rain.
shower rain.
Mm.
Yeah, she probably was like, it's your time to go visit no pastor.
Yeah.
Be come every time. All right. Okay, so here we go. First letter.
Bundung fresh already.
I know. I know, right? All right, so this is it. Okay? This is coming from a man, actually, I think. Yeah. In 20 years of marriage, that's good. That's good.
That's a once you're over the bump of 5 years.
No, 5 years?
Yes.
5 years is not a bump.
Because yes.
Mm-mm.
Yes, it is.
That's a,
You don't think so?
no, 15 years. Is
Hollywood don't pass 5 years.
well, Hollywood is not marriage in the first place.
I listen. When you reach 5 years, then it kind of help you to get to the 10 because
Okay.
that 5
It's encouraging.
It's like it's encouraging. for
Okay,
you.
get to
Looking
5, get
forward
to
the
10,
next
10 to
5.
15, 15
Yes,
to
yes.
20 years. Oh, 7 years is the bump. Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
all
That people
close.
say that 7 years is a bump.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Okay.
Comment. Yes.
I thought it was
I
5.
yeah, I think every year is a bump.
Yeah. Wow. It just some people
So we get to-
some people it's just taking it day by
Some
day.
some people every month is a bump.
Or every day is a bump, you know. I just need to get over this day. And
Lord,
every
help me through the
morning you
storm.
wake up, it's new mercies.
Thank you, Jesus.
Oh yeah.
All right, so 20 years though of marriage. My wife, 2 sons. Okay, so
That's not his.
so these are children before
Right, the marriage.
Right, apparently, or before the relationship of some sort. They have frequently stopped by, or they frequently stop by or call ahead with literally 10 minutes to a half an hour notice.
Okay.
So, wife, children,
Mm-hmm.
10 minutes is not a lot of notice.
No. But sometimes you're on the rush and maybe it was not planned.
No. It depends on what you do. It's a regular. This is a man is writing because this has become an issue. Okay, so it's not a one time. It's not a one-off thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's a regular thing.
Okay.
So this is their modem apparatus.
Okay.
Okay. So you don't know the man. 10 minutes not a lot of time, brother. You don't know what your father what you're doing. You know, need more time. Need more time.
You just need 3 minutes. Okay, keep going.
Not when you're married for 20 years.
You only need 2.
So anyways. Okay, so they always either just call or pop up.
Right.
Is the problem. Okay? Watch this now. Here's the second layer of the problem. He said, Pastor, it usually happens around mealtime.
Of course. So why you have a problem with that?
The children, the boy,
They know when mommy cook and when the pot off the stove.
the boy, them have a way where they call or pop up right
Yes.
around mealtime.
Yes.
But that's not the problem. Problem the man have is, well, I understand his problem, but
Good
he said
morning,
they
Mom.
pop up around mealtime. Aleph, morning, darling. How you doing? Long time to see you. Long time. I think fresh and ready. Lost signal.
Birthday.
Anyway, who having birthday today?
Nobody.
Okay.
I don't know.
All right. So every time the boy them show up, without notice, right around dinner time. Okay? And the problem is, the man says, when we aren't prepared for feeding multiple people. Okay?
I'm just greedy. Anyway, keep going.
No. I mean, when you gonna cook, especially
cook
if
at least an extra plate, just in case.
Especially if you're older and on a budget, okay? And if you cook regularly, you're only gonna cook what you want to eat that day, okay? So he says the boy and keep on every time they be showing up round food time, and they don't give no notice, and they come and there's no preparation for them. But watch, let's find out what's going on, because things about to get messy. So they show up, right? 10 minutes or so before dinner time.
Right.
Okay? And it's a habit they have. And he said this now, this part. He said, I plan every meal in advance. Ooh, he's a cook.
That's what I'm saying.
He is the cook, and he is...
Nobody else.
No. He's a cook, and he has a particular personality. There are some people like that. There's some people who plan everything. Everything has to be planned.
Right.
You know, that's a disorder.
Mm-hmm.
It's a disorder.
Yes.
Somebody might think they're going to say, no, it's not a disorder. It's a personality. All right, whatever you want to call it. But there's some people who plan everything to a T. It has to be planned.
Yes.
And if you mess with the plan,
right,
you throw them off real big time. So he is that kind of person. He planned every meal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So he has a sheet of paper that he plans what they're going to eat every day.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he go to the supermarket, he picks up the ingredients for those meals in the correct amount.
Right.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's how you budget.
Okay.
Okay. Nothing's wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to provide for nobody else. These are grown men.
Mm-hmm.
If they come and let you know so you can buy extras, right?
Mm-hmm.
So here is the problem. Boy, I see the problem. I plan every meal in advance and would welcome them to visit with a little common courtesy. Now, on this day, we had 2 lamb chops in the oven.
Jesus.
You smelling the problem?
Yes.
We had 2 lamb chops in the oven, and 10 minutes before we were ready to eat, when one of the sons and his wife said they're going to be stopping by in 10 minutes. That 10 minutes turned out to be an hour.
Okay.
Now, if you cooking and you're hungry and you're a man, and hungry man is a
angry man.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
They're coming for 10 minutes. I'm leaving the stuff in the stove because I don't want to take it out. Only 2. One for me and one for my wife. And I don't want it to dry out. And they need to come and they need to go. So 10 minutes turned into an hour. And I was waiting for them to leave. But then my wife invited them for dinner. And I blew up and hollered loud enough that everybody left the house. Which later led to a huge argument between my wife and I. My wife insists family can stop by anytime. Pastor, I disagree. Common courtesy must be taught And there is nothing wrong with saying, no, it's not good. How about in an hour or two? Which one of us is right? Why you put the pastor in the middle of the thing, brother? Why you call Pastor Steve in the middle of your cricket?
Which one is right?
Which one is right?
Is it about right or doing the right thing?
Okay. What you think, Pastor Hen? What do you think? What's your opinion on this?
First of all, I see a lot of problem.
Talk to me.
The man is married for 20 years.
Yes.
So these kids are not, as a matter of fact, these are grown kids.
These
They're
are grown kids.
married children. Okay?
Yes.
If it has been occurring over and over.
Always full time.
Right. Always full time. That simply means that he's not getting it. He should have extra just in case. I mean, I don't care how down to the T you are. Food is food. You can't argue over food. And if you know that they are coming and they pop up, somebody pop up all the time, at least I understand you may be on a tight budget, but come on, prepare a little something for one person at least. I have a problem with that. I have a problem way
what
I
is
was
the problem?
thinking.
What's the problem you have? What's the problem you have? The man plan what he's going to eat for him and his wife.
Yes.
So why he
I understand that, but he says it happened all the time.
Every time they pop up around dinner time. Without notice.
Yes, so they know 10 minutes.
Not
notice.
every day.
Not
when
every
they
day.
pop up, they pop up at dinner
but
time.
every time. I
am not agreeing with you to cook extra just because they may pop up.
It's not them, but at least, I mean, I understand pork chop is expensive, yes. But I know all the time him cook pork chops either. And this particular time he cooked pork chops and it was 2 pieces. But I'm just saying, you could have shared one of them too. It shouldn't be that your whole family in disarray just because you only have 2 pieces and you didn't want to share, and your wife felt like you should have shared the food with them. It's not stranger, and even if it was stranger, you could have shared instead of your family separated and carrying on like that. I really have a problem with that. I have a problem with that.
That's your problem.
No, I have more, but I want you to put in your. Yeah, that's my main thing. I really think. I don't think. Pastor Stephen,
I don't agree.
Family is very important.
I agree.
And if they pop up sometimes. For me, I live in Fort Lauderdale. My son live in Naples, in Bonita Springs, and I'm telling you, sometimes I went to work. I didn't plan to stop by his place. You understand? I didn't plan, and sometimes I'm driving. I said, I'm 10 minutes out. Let me give him a call and see if he's home. And it's just an instinct, not something that they know how. All right, it may be having food on the stove right now, so maybe they're just passing by. Maybe they went shopping and they decide, hey, let's stop by and and visit mom and dad and see how they're doing or whatever, not knowing that him only have 2 pork chops and the wife. It was. I don't think it was like that. I think that.
But the problem is the reoccurrence.
Yes, but sometimes it just happened. I mean, more than once, because sometimes I myself, so I would call my son and say, hey, what you doing? I'm going to pass you in about 5 minutes. Is everything all right? Maybe I swing by and see you. Yeah, I'm not thinking I'm going there to eat. I'm just going there to, to spend some time. So if he's going to have his family be divided just because they pop up when he already have his food out and he put everything down to the T. Come on, I really have a problem with that. Seriously. Okay. No matter how much budget you want, my brother.
Okay, your problem and my problem are different problems.
Yeah.
Okay, so how much a person decides to cook is totally up to him. If a man cook what he affords to cook, and if he plans his food budget and so on, that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Maybe he doesn't have the money to cook extra. I'm not going to judge him on that, right? He budget, he cook, and that's his thing. Okay, now, my grandmother used to cook And when people stop by, she would stretch it, so to speak.
Yes.
And everybody would get a little. I understand that layer of generosity.
Right.
But here's the situation. I'm not mad with the man as much as I'm mad with the wife.
Right.
So my problem is not so much with the man, but my problem with the husband, my problem is with the wife. First of all, it is obvious here that the husband relationship with these children don't have the same it doesn't have the bandwidth of father sonship.
Mm-hmm.
So it's likely that he never raised them, but he's okay with them. But they don't have a father son relationship because if it was a father son relationship, this argument wouldn't come up that you come to eat my food. Right? The other part of it, you've been with a man for 20 years. You know how the man is. You've had conversation about why the kids always show up without proper notice and why they always show up, when it's time for us to spend time. Because the issue here, Pastor Henry, is the man is making the fuss about the food, but there's a lot more than just the food. It's about the time they spend together. They obviously sit and have dinner. Right? So when somebody show up at their dinner time after he's gone out and buy his lamb chop and prepare his meal for him and his wife, then somebody show up and they've interrupted his plan. And because he is that kind of, you can tell he's a type A personality where everything is planned and in order. Okay? And so you can't just show up unexpectedly. There are people like that. You can't just go show up at their house.
I understand that.
You can't just call them last minute. You can't. They need time. That's their person. And you married to this man, you know this is his personality. All right. So you said the kids call, they're coming over, they're going to come over for 10 minutes. Okay, say, all right, babe, stop by. I'd love to see you, boo. But don't engage them in such a way that an hour later, they're still sitting down having a chat. Okay? When you already know your husband has been preparing the dinner and that the dinner time is already 50 minutes gone and you were getting ready to go have dinner. You have people over, he didn't provide for everybody. And then you have the audacity to know the man have 2 chops. Are you going to invite 4 people to eat 2 chops?
Yes, so one share for one, for the 2.
But you don't understand the layer of the man's hunger.
I understand that, Pastor Stephen. I see a selfish attitude right now.
Yeah, of course it is selfish. He wants his time.
He wants his time.
But who is selfish? Who is selfish?
Years.
The wife is selfish or the husband is selfish to want time, quality time, after he cook his chop for him and his wife. I know he has got to give a chop to... maybe the chop them can't chop. Yes, I know him have to give his chop to his stepson and his wife, and they always come around the dinner time.
Yes,
and this is the
maybe
problem.
They don't. But the thing is, maybe they don't have anything home. We're looking at certain things.
We must understand.
In one way. But what if the kids don't have anything home? They don't want to put the.
They need to go get a job. They're adults, husband and wives.
People have jobs and they still don't have food.
I understand.
But what I'm saying is, yes, this is a
not in America.
Yes, in America
you
too.
Can go to you can find a pantry somewhere.
Well, not everywhere. But anyway, pantry close at a certain time. But what I'm saying, Pastor Stephen, this is the problem.
Okay.
This is a family here.
Her son.
Okay.
His wife.
His son. Okay, he
married
to her.
No, these are grown children.
Well, they weren't grown. It's 20 years of marriage. Okay, we don't know the age group. But what I'm saying
these are grown kids.
Yes, that's what I'm saying, Pastor Stephen. But
you don't owe them anything.
You don't owe them anything, and the mother don't owe them anything
that's
either.
Right.
But what I'm saying is, if these children decide, hey, I want to just stop by, I'm passing the house, let me just stop by and see how mom is doing, or they don't have a relationship with the father,
obviously
or with the dad,
he wasn't sitting down talking to them.
Exactly.
He wanted them gone.
Yes, but I see a selfish attitude in him, and also in the wife. You understand? Because, but I'm just gonna deal with him right now.
Mm-hmm.
I understand you cook the food, okay, and you're waiting to have your meal. There's the kids decide, hey, I'm passing the house and I'm going to stop by for 10 minutes.
Then stop by for 10 minutes
Okay,
and leave.
it's not them that stays there for 10 minutes. It's the conversation that the wife is holding.
So, I go back to it.
Yes.
The wife should know better.
Wait,
You married for
but I'm
20
saying,
years. You know how your husband is.
All right, so that's
this should
what
not be an issue. You should let the children tell them.
All right, listen.
We're going to have dinner. Okay, you stop by later.
Okay, I'm saying it's both ways.
Mhm.
This is both ways. They're married for 20 years. This is not a one day thing. This
And every
happen
time I
all
cook,
the
them
time.
come, they serve me dinner.
happen all the time. So that simply means this conversation, even though he's sitting down and want his quiet time, this conversation was not a part of the quiet time because he said it's something that is going on all the time.
Got to stop.
He didn't show that he have a problem with it.
He did.
No.
Yes.
No, because he said it happened all the time.
All the time.
That simply means it was not addressed.
He did.
For the wife.
He said I spoke to the wife and she said they're not going to stay for anything.
No, that was that day. He said they're not going to stay for that day. I'm just saying it's not a one-time thing. He talked to her that day, but I'm saying it's something that is happening all the time. It should have been in your quiet time. If this is all the time that they show up and they intervene on your dinner time, you should have let your wife know, hey, I have a problem with this. I think my time is my time. If we have time to sit down for dinner, we should sit down for dinner. When they call the next time, please let them know. If we don't have
Pastor
enough
Henry,
food,
the letter allude that this is a old conversation.
No, it didn't say that he addressed
Do
it.
you
though.
want me to read it again?
Yes.
I can read it again because you're making an assumption that this is the first time in 20 years that the man is saying something. That is not what the letter alludes. The issue, there is an underlying issue here. And when the children called again, he said, listen, we're going to have dinner. I said, okay, they're not going to stop for long. And then you engage them for an hour. And then you invite them to dinner. When you know there are only 2 chops.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
You had to know. You didn't cook.
But he didn't say anything either. He didn't say.
Oh,
hey,
he did. Everybody left the house.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's after he knew that they were coming, and he cooked the 2 pork
They came
chops.
10 minutes before the chops.
Yeah.
Dinner time.
Okay.
Didn't have time to prepare another
yeah,
chop.
he have some pasta that he could prepare.
No,
and says,
man.
Just in case.
They were not coming for dinner. Okay, so
Just
here's
in
okay.
case.
So let's answer the man question because you gone.
He's wrong. Yes.
No, he's not wrong.
He's wrong.
This man is not wrong. First of all, this is his house, and he has a right to order his house how he wants it. If he is not saying the children can't come by, he never said that. Okay, what he is saying is that if you're going to come by, give me ample notice. He said it clearly. I don't mind them coming by. I don't mind providing for them if I know they're coming by. But when I cook my one little chop and I have my dinner plan and my evening, and you make it a habit all the time to come and interrupt, I have a problem with that. And the wife ought to know her husband. After 20 years, she knows he's a man of order. He does things a certain way. And she should not have engaged those children. And she should not have invited them to eat without even going to consult him. She should have said, babe, excuse me, I'll be right back. Honey, we have enough. We can offer them something to eat. And then he said, no, babe, we only have the 2 chops. Just make the kids and go on. She don't have to do all of that stuff. She is wrong.
I
Okay,
can
so
see
why
the
understand?
raging.
No.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. The man is hungry. He's cooked his dinner. His evening is interrupted, and it's often interrupted by children who are grown. If you make it known to your wife, and there's proper communication, this is a non-issue. He is saying, let them come, but let them give us notice that they're coming, because they come too frequent without notice, and they always come at the most inopportune time.
Okay.
So that is the issue at hand.
That's what I'm saying, Pastor Stephen.
What is
okay. If let them come, but let them come with notice. Okay.
That's
what I'm
it.
saying,
But that's what he
is-
said.
No, but what I'm saying is,
Is he wrong? No.
At that,
This is your house.
At that point, yes, because what I'm saying to you is, in the house, they are at the house right now.
Mm-hmm.
The man was waiting for an hour. Okay. they show up. He said 10 minutes turned into an hour. They were they were coming for 10 minutes. They're supposed to
And
be
the
there.
lamb chops
And-
are getting cold.
Yes, but what I'm saying.
You ever eat cold lamb chops?
What I'm saying, yes, he's the leader of the house.
And
okay?
I would tell them,
And-
look here, brother,
and the way
wrong
we,
time.
The way how we handle it, just because of food, it should not be handled that way.
The issue is,
It should
I
not.
agree. I agree that he should have said to his wife, tell them they can't stop by right now. They can come by after we finish dinner. If you want to put your foot down, he should have. But then she said, but they're only stopping by 4 minutes. So I said,
For
okay.
10 minutes, yes.
Yeah. So I said, okay, 10 minutes. Okay. You know, they'll be come and gone and I can finish up dinner. We good.
Right.
But then she allowed him to stay for an hour. She engaged him in a conversation, knowing what the previous plan was.
Right.
And then she invited him to dinner and she don't cook.
And it's not them.
She didn't cook.
It's not. That's what I'm saying. It's not the kids. He have a problem with the kids. The
He
problem
has a problem
is
with he
the
has a
wife.
problem with you eating my lamb chop when I'm hungry and I only have 2.
He could have shared the lamb chop. I don't have no problem with the lamb chop. As a matter of fact, it's 2. I could have just make you eat your 1 and I share the 1 with the
No.
kids. The food should not be a problem.
Yes.
How you handle the situation, that's the problem. That's how I have a problem
Now
with.
you see exactly why these things escalate
Right.
into big marital issues, because here you and I are arguing from completely different point of view.
Right.
The question is, does your grown kids have a right to show up at your house at their convenience without appropriate notice? Wait for your jump. Listen, I said, does your grown children
Right.
have a right to show up at your house at their convenience without notice? Now, I know I do that to my mom. I don't necessarily call her. I just drive by and knock a door.
Right.
But the question is, this is a man, this is not their father.
Right.
This is a man who ordered his house in a particular way and he operates from a different perspective. He wants notice when they're coming and he wants it more than 10 minutes. Okay? That's what he wants. Right? This is his house. You marry him. You ought to know and you ought to be able to respect that. He doesn't have a problem with the children coming.
Right.
So that's off the table.
And
so you
that's
can't say he
fine.
has a problem.
Common
He don't have a
courtesy-
problem with them staying
Yeah.
and hang out and do whatever they want to do. All he's asking for is that give the appropriate notice.
I understand that.
The wife must respect her husband's wish enough, because he's not denying her son's coming. He's only asking for them to be respectful in giving him appropriate notice. He's got to get his mind to it. He may have to get his boxers on. He might have to get a bathe or a shave. You understand? He may have to finish eat his lamb chops, right? He need notice. And I think in this case, right, the wife is the one that I would be saying, look, I get it. You can argue with me about his generosity all day. The way he operates, that's his generosity. I don't want to share my lamb chops. I ain't gonna fight with you, bro.
That's fine.
That's fine. You can't fight with his. He bought his chop. He go to Publix. He look at the chop. He tastes it. He said he feel the meat.
And he
you know,
can get his
he get
one
the
lamb
right
chop.
piece of it. Yeah, but
He could have gotten his 1 lamb chop. He
I
didn't
w-
have to share his.
that's exactly what I would have done.
Exactly,
I would have
that's what
said,
I'm saying.
I would
He
say, I'm gonna
didn't- he
eat
didn't
my
have
chop,
to
and you
share-
can go
he
take
didn't
your
have
chop
to-
and share.
He didn't have to share his.
But he
Pastor
prepared. But he
Stephen,
prepared
yes.
it for his
So
wife.
this
It was prepared with wife love in it. It had
Yes.
wife salt,
And I understand.
wife seasoning.
I understand
It was
that.
an investment for his later evening.
And I
mean,
understand that. And the evening could have gone so well,
And his wife messed it up.
No, his wife didn't mess it up. Both of them messed it up. Because he could have taken his wife and sit with her and said to her, let them have it, since she insists that they should eat, let them eat, share the 3 pieces, cut 1 in 3 pieces. I mean, come on, it's food. But what I'm saying is, after they leave,
You're
then
arguing about his generosity. This argument is not about his generosity.
listen
He don't have to chop his chop.
I'm telling
He
Pastor
don't want to
Stephen,
chop his chop.
I don't want him to chop his chop. He's two there, and the wife invite them to eat. Okay, his wife invite them to eat. So one left.
Yes.
You cut one in three and you share it. The problem is, after he finished and the dinner is finished, he should have taken his wife and give her a good talk. I do not want. Listen.
Already been there, done that.
No. But listen to what I'm saying is, instead of it's gone over the roof, and the family breakup, and you have all of this and the separation. I mean, you take your wife, and you sit her down real good, get her attention, or however they want to do it, and you deal with the situation in a different manner. Than to have, I don't want them to eat. We don't have the food. We don't have this. We don't have that.
No. That's not even that's a whole other issue. The issue is the principle that the man is trying to establish. And I'm saying that both his wife and the wife children need to respect that principle. Now, how he responded in the moment of his frustration. One, he's responding to the fact that he already had spoken to the wife prior to the kids coming to let them know that there's 2 chops and we're gonna have dinner in 10 minutes, so they can't stay. Okay, that was established in his letter. They know, they say, okay, they're only going to stop by for a short time. Okay, good. We agree for them to stop by for a short time. Okay, so the issue at hand here is not just, as my sister says, the problem is not just the chop. The problem is the principles that are at work, and what happened when you do that, especially when a man is hungry and when he's already spoken to you about a situation ahead of time. This was totally an emotional flare up, and I'm sure he's not proud of it. I'm sure he's not. I'm sure he's not proud of the fact that he made a whole big stink about that. I'm sure he's not proud of it. But what I'm saying is that there's something to learn here. Is that we always talk about the symptoms, but instead of focusing on the cause. And we have to look at the cause. Remember, we want to talk about the cause of conflicts.
Right.
I want to focus on the cause, because if we start to beat down the symptoms,
right,
okay, we don't get anywhere, because the symptom will always come when there's a cause.
Right.
Okay, so the issue at hand here is that you have to go at what caused the problem. Problem is you have a wife who's not respecting her husband's desire to have his house operate a certain principle and a certain way, and what he's asking for may be different for some folk, but it is what he needs. Okay, and after 20 years of marriage, you ought to know. Now, the lamb chop argument is just, this lamb chop is only this one time in this evening. The other time was oxtail, and it was fish, and it was other things.
Right.
All right, but the issue at hand is that it comes to bump, and the issue is described here and described what happened that particular evening.
Right.
But the real issue is something that is continuous, and it's something that they have dialogued about, and it's something that they dialogue about even prior to the kids showing up that particular evening. And so what he is doing is pushing back out of anger because his wishes were not respected and the agreement that was made was not followed. And he's kicking and screaming, and you can go off and think this is about the chop. This is not about the chop. This is not about the dinner. This is not about the kids coming over. This really comes down to the bigger picture of a man is in his house, and he can't even make rules or have guidelines in his house for his family that his wife follows. She's breaking the order. And when you have a discussion about, I don't care who it is, you have to communicate, and when you communicate and you have an agreement, you have to follow through with that agreement. Now, if you want to change the agreement, then there has to be an addendum to that communication. So if you decide, okay, babe, they're gonna stop by for 10 minutes, no problem. Then they're gonna be ready in 10, so they can stop by and they can be gone. We can sit and have dinner. That was the agreement.
Right.
Then an hour later, I'm hungry. I only have 2 chops, and I'm still waiting for them to leave for me to have dinner. And my wife agreed that she wouldn't keep them for beyond 10 minutes. We had that dialogue.
Right.
So if she had come, okay, and we'd gone into, say, step aside for a second and said, I know did you cook enough? Can we maybe split it and we have a dialogue and come to an agreement before I go out there and say, we're inviting you to dinner, okay? unbeknown to me, you're inviting them to dinner when I didn't prepare for them. Okay, and we have an agreement that this was not going to be so. So the issue at hand here is not the food. It's coming from a deeper place. And sometimes this is what we do in relationship, is that we sit and we argue about the symptoms, and nobody stops to think about what is the real cause. What is it that really is nudged there? Is it the lamb chop? You know, the lamb chop is just, look, you know, you're cutting into my dinner, but you know, but that's the small part. I'm asking you, you're coming. I want your kids, when they're coming, to have some respect for our home. Okay? They need to give us notice. I don't mind preparing for them if I know they're coming. But if I don't prepare for them and they come, they throw my plans into a tizzy, and I'm a planner. Okay? And we have had this order that we're trying to establish, and we have these agreements, and we have this dialogue, and you go against it. So now my anger and my rage is I'm kicking and screaming because my wishes and our agreement were ignored. And so we argue about this, and then we go, and this, believe me, these children and this wife right here, everybody's talking about how he mean, and it's a lamb chop. The lamb chop is just, is a scapegoat for really the real reason why this man is mad. And that's, family, you got to understand, folks that are listening to me, a lot of times in relationships, when I see relationships come in, you know, and that's why as a counselor, if you don't understand, you got to listen. You have to listen and go beyond. You understand what are the fundamental needs, human needs. Okay, one of the fundamental need of a man. This is a fundamental need. The Bible's so aware of it. It tells you. It never asks the woman to love her husband. She asks him to honor, respect your husband. The man has a need to be respected. Right. A need, not even a want. A woman have a need to be loved. The man have a need to be respected. And when you are doing something that is contrary to something we establish or something we say, you are disrespecting me. And when you go against, when you disrespect me, then you find a man that respond, you know, in a way that is defensive. But he's not defending the lamb chop. He's really defending the process. Right. And so when you have relation problems, we have to look at what are the real cause. And the real cause is not the kids. He don't mind the kids coming. It's not the food. He don't mind giving the food. He has rules that he operates by. And his wife has got to, when they have an agreement about what they're going to do, he needs her to agree. He has order. And so this man is not as terrible as the letter on the surface.
Well, I'm not saying he is terrible. I'm talking about how he handled the situation. Mm-hmm. Okay, how he handled the situation. He was okay with the fact that he get to the point where they separated. You understand? It's escalate so bad because they show up instead of 10 minutes, go to an hour.
He was raising his voice,
right.
And that makes,
understand.
When you raise your voice, everybody's uncomfortable and people leave.
And people leave. Yeah. But what I'm saying is, it get to that point. That simple mean he wasn't addressing the situation in a way where
addressed.
He already addressed the situation, and it keep happening.
Why violate something? And he, you know, should he have escalated in front of the children? I don't think it's appropriate necessarily to hang out your dirty laundry in public. You know, I certainly I would have gone to the room and let her go share the dinner and have it with her children. Right.
The dinner could have happened, Pastor Stephen. And then after that, it let you know, hey, this is the last
dinner
time.
is not happening because she had it's the respected God. Who was going to enjoy that dinner? She already disrespected the program, and you can't justify this woman's behavior. She is wrong for doing that without even going to him and consult that I want to modify what we said. He insisted ahead of them coming that they have 10 minutes. They do it all the time. Babe,
that's
10
what,
minutes.
That's what they said. Yes, we're gonna stop by for 10 minutes.
Can't do it. You can't.
So
you're
they're
talking
gonna
from
stop
a mother's perspective.
I'm just saying,
and these are not his kids. They can't come by.
I understand.
Listen, let's not mislead anybody
I
outside.
understand.
If you have, if let me
but
talk. But
this has to be an agreement.
It already was an agreement prior to the kids coming.
I didn't hear that agreement.
You're not listening when I read the letter.
What I'm saying is, listen to what I'm saying. From a mother perspective, okay? What I'm saying is, I'm married, and I'm married for 20 years, okay? 20 years. And this situation has been happening. That simply means the way how he's addressing it is not addressing from that perspective, okay? They didn't come in agreement and says, all right, when I'm going to talk to the kids and I'm going to let them know when they're coming by, they have to call or they have to do this and do that. Okay.
He didn't talk to them. He talked to the wife.
Okay.
Because these are her children and sometimes, okay. So here's the thing. When you have children that are not your own, for all those people who have blended families and understand the tension that often arise between the second spouse, even sometimes when the second spouse raise the kids when they're young. I've seen situations where people have raised kids from they were little, 7, 6, 5, 6 years old, and they become teenagers and 18 years and 19 and say, hey, look here, brother, you're not my father. Okay?
Yeah,
I've seen
understand.
it. So what I'm saying is that he spoke to his wife because he didn't necessarily want the children to have a perception that he may be uncomfortable with them coming. He didn't want to do that. I think it was okay for him to say, listen, when the kids are coming, okay, they just let them know if they call to give us a little more notice. Okay, that's respectful.
Right.
That is not too much to ask. I know you want to see your kids.
No,
okay.
it's not.
I know you're excited when they call that you want to see them. Okay? All right. But this is our family now. They are grown. They have their family. They have their rules. Now we have a family and we have our rules. They have to follow the rule. And so there may be people listening to us and they're trust me, every woman is on your side right now. Yes, my people them can come anytime they want to come. No,
I'm not saying that.
They don't get to do that.
And that's not what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That is not what I'm saying.
If listen, my daughter don't have to give me notice. She has a key to my house.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
You show up at your mother anytime.
I show up at my mom
Right.
anytime.
But that's not what I'm saying.
But that's our family rule.
Right.
They have a different rule. She is aware of it. She asked her before dinner time that listen, we're getting dinner ready. I only have 2 chops for us, okay? So if they're gonna come by for a short time, let them come by, but they can only stay for 10 minutes. That's fine. You engage them for an hour, and then you invite them to dinner. That is wrong. And then I get upset, and you think it's wrong for me to get upset. No, you disrespected the program. We established something, and you went against it, and that is a problem. And there goes the real core of the problem.
Is
The
it right
issue
or
here.
wrong?
Well, the issue here is that every family rule is different. Okay? I don't ask people to drop their shoes off at my doorway. There are some people houses you go to, they'd be very offended if you wear your shoes inside the house.
Yes. That's me. I don't like it.
That's their rule. Okay? So, see right there? You can come in there and I wouldn't want you to drop off your shoes.
I would definitely take off mine.
I don't want you to drop off your shoes because sometimes some people's foot is not in good condition and it's embarrassing to drop off your shoes. So I'm saying, listen, I will clean the house after you're gone. That's my house rule. You go to somebody else's house rule, you have to drop your shoes. That's their house rule.
Right.
You
And
go
they
to
put a sign
but
at
watch
the door
this, and
too.
they leave your shoes. Yeah.
Yes.
Now you go to somebody else, and this happened to me the other day. Went to somebody's house. When I walk into the house, the first thing they ask you to do is to go to the bathroom and wash your hands.
Right.
That's their house rule. I got no problem with that.
That's fine.
Okay? Some people don't do that.
That's fine.
You drop off your shoes. You don't ask them to wash their hands. But that's their house rule. The issue is this man has a house rule. He has a home rule. This is his rule for his house. And we can't judge him on our rule for our house, our rule for our family. The issue is that we establish something between my wife and I. She needs to respect it. And everybody else involved needs to respect it. And that is my answer. Now, the symptom part about it, he getting upset in front of the kids, and that's a whole nother conversation. But today is about the symptoms. Okay? So we'll come back with one more letter.
I want you to fix me, Lord. Oh, Lord, fix me.
Tune in every Wednesday morning at 9 o'clock for Ask the Pastor. Yeah, that's where we take your question, your letter, and give you life-changing answers.
Amen.
Ask the Pastor every Wednesday morning at 9.
How can we make a broken heart?
Are you facing a relationship crisis? Don't know what to do next? Call our family counseling office and get the help you need today. 954-533-8187. 954-533-8187.
Help me mend my broken heart. I just wanna live again.
You're inside the Pastor Steve Show on a Wednesday, and this segment is called Ask the Pastor. I take your letters that you write, and thank you so much. And then we talk about them and see what we can learn from them, how we can apply it to our lives. Keep in mind, we have a counseling ministry here. If you need some help, if you're going through some difficulties, and we can help you fix it. Trust me. We have an amazing track record. Yeah. It's just amazing. It's amazing. I can't even think of. I haven't failed one yet. It seems like we're able to get them all bounced back and back on track.
Exactly.
But
thank God for grace.
Amen.
So.
All right. So this one again, today. We're talking about problems. What are some of the root problems? Good morning, Sally. Good morning, Carol. Good morning. Although all of you who have joined us along the way. Good morning. Good morning, Claudette. Thank you for being here. All right. Said I have been with my boyfriend for 9 years. Good.
Yes.
Over the last 3 months or so, we've been fighting. Stop the fighting. All right. It started. Okay. It started when I bought a cabinet for our bathroom. When he came home, he threw a hissy fit about it. He told me he didn't like it and kept yelling at me because I didn't ask his opinion first. Then he proceeded to tell me if I want to make changes to get my own house. Come on now. During another fight the other day, he told me if I need a new address, he would help me move. I love him, but the things he say really hurts. I don't feel the same love for him that I did before. I am so ready to be on my own. I was controlled for 24 years by my ex-husband, and I don't want to be controlled anymore. My boyfriend seemed to want things this way or his way or nowhere at all. I definitely could use your advice on this situation. All right.
Well, first of all, I say red flag.
We talk about. First of all, I see red flag.
I see
Let us know.
Flag,
what direction are you looking? Are you looking in the east, the north, the south, the west?
Red flag in the east, red flag in the west, red flag north, and red flag south.
Oh Jesus!
First of all, this is a boyfriend. Okay, so it's,
red flag.
That's number one. That's
9 years boyfriend. Red flag.
That's one red flag. Another red flag. They move in together.
Moving with the boyfriend. 9 years. Red flag.
The man already tell you is his way or the highway. Another red flag.
No, he didn't say that. No, he did not say that. No. I'm with you when you're scoring, right? But he did not say that.
Listen to what I'm saying.
Okay. That's her perception.
Oh, okay. All right. So her perception is his way or highway. Number two. So another red flag that I saw. First of all, you guys living together. That simply mean to me you're living a married life.
9 years.
9 years. You're living a married life. And whatever decision that you are making, I see the place is his.
His place.
His place. Now, this is not your place, it's his place.
Not your place.
You are not married.
You're not married.
You're not married to this man, and you decide that you're going to go into his place and take up and change everything without consulting
him. You're a tenant.
That simply means that's another red flag. You're lucky him never put you outside and lock the door and take back the key. First of all, I mean, come on. Whenever you're making changes, and you have some women are like that. I know people who are like that. They go in and they want to do a hostile takeover because they met a man and him have him own place and they feel like, hey, this is what I want and this belongs to me.
Not your place.
You don't even care about to talk about, let's date. Let's find out who this person is before I jump into
9 years is enough dating time,
No. First of all, she didn't even say how long
9 years. She said 9 years.
After 5 years, after 5-6 years, and he don't even ask you to marry him, that simply means you shouldn't even be in there. That's another red flag all around. That the red flag, they close up every red flag.
Or maybe she don't want to get married again.
Yes, so she stay out of the relationship and don't live with anybody. That's it, plain and straight. But the man have a right to tell you that you need to find your own place. That's exactly what he's saying. You need to get your own place.
You need a new address?
Yes. That's the man is giving you exactly what he wants. You just need to. I know a woman read between the lines all the time. He don't have to come right out and tell you. He's telling you that I need you to find your own place because what you are doing right now only gonna drive me crazy.
Red flag.
Red flag. All the way.
Sister Judith posted in social media a whole bunch of flags. Red flags all the way.
All the way, yes.
I think okay, so let me chime in on it. First of all, on all the issues, I agree. Okay? On all the issues talk about, people get into relationships and here's the thing. We as church folk, Christians, born again Christians, Bible believing Christians, must also understand and that not everybody live by our principles.
Right.
Their worldview is not formed, by biblical principles. So as a counselor, one of the things I don't do, I'm a biblical counselor, but the way I counsel, I don't start beating people down because they're not lined up with scripture. Because if somebody's not a Christian, I don't expect them to line up with scripture. I gotta help them to get to that place, but I don't judge their life based on this. I'm not gonna judge this woman for meeting a man after her divorce and moving in with him. That's what sinners do.
Yes,
okay, that's very normal, normal. And so there are a lot of people out there who will be shacking up. We call it shack up.
Yes.
And after 9 years living with somebody, that's no shack up. That's wife stuff.
Right.
That's wifey material. And we don't know if he was married before. We don't know we don't know if she had the desire after having been through an abusive marriage for 24 years. She was married for 24 years. Mm-hmm. She might not be. She may not be readily willing to get married, even if the man asks her.
So
all right? So,
finish.
So let's fix that. So having said that, now let's talk about the issue at hand. To let people know, I'm not here to hit you with to Christian you down. No, that's not what I'm here to do. This is Ask the Pastor. So I'm gonna. This is a counseling program. So we're gonna respond to that way. All right. First of all, you're in a relationship with somebody. You're living together in a home. Whether you're married, whether you're shacking up, whether the relationship is long term, however the relationship is, you both live together as a family unit in a house.
Right.
Okay? It doesn't matter if the house is yours. Doesn't matter if the house is his. And it doesn't matter if the house belongs to both of you. See, you have to go and operate by certain principles that is going to make for a healthy relational experience. Okay, again, we talk about the symptoms, and everybody quick to run to the symptoms and nobody look at the cause. First of all, you're in a relationship for 8 years, right?
9.
And 8 years plus, 8 years and a half, right? 8 years and 7 months, because the fighting only starts 3 months ago. So that means you've had a wonderful relationship with this man for all these years, right? Until you told us what the problem was. Until you went into his bathroom and changed out his cabinet without discussing it with him and putting in something in there that he don't like. And so now you have a problem with him, and you're arguing back with him about the right you have to change the bathroom, and hence he goes to the last bullet he has in his pocket, the reserve bullet, and he says, "This is my house." Yeah. Now, he ain't got no problem with you living in the house, and I guarantee you he ain't got no problem with you improving his house. Okay? The reason why he had to bring up the my house argument is because you have done something, and when he talks to you about it, you have a problem with it. You have a problem with him addressing you because you come into a relationship damaged, Sweet Pea. You come into a relationship damaged from your last 24 years of controlling marriage. So everything that you see, everything that comes at you as order or desire from your new spouse, you see it through the lens of your scars. So you say, he's telling you, if you're going to change the bathroom, we need to agree on the change, and we need to agree on what we're going to put in the bathroom. When you push back, he goes deep into his pocket and he pulled out, "It's my house."
Yes.
Okay?
Of course.
All right. So, what is the problem here? The problem here is not you fixing the bathroom up. The problem is not changing a cabinet in the bathroom. You don't have a wonderful relationship for almost 9 years, and then all hell goes loose because you changed a cabinet in the bathroom. The reason why you're having problem is called communication. Yeah. Communication is one of the main reasons why a relationship goes south. Okay? When you agree, when you talk, and you're on the same page, there is no conflict. The conflict is when one party decides that they can think for the next person who wants to think for themselves. When they feel that they can do for the next person who want to be involved in the doing, and they think that the next person must accept it, and the person says, "No, I'm not going to accept what you do, because even if it's good, the things that he could have very well liked the bathroom. Right. Maybe you're really up. Made the bathroom nice. Maybe he said he don't like it. You know why he don't like it? Because you didn't get his buy-in in the first place.
Yeah.
So now we look like the man is a problem. Okay? And we're giving him all kind of red flags and all this stuff. But the man is not a problem. You were having a good relationship until you did something and you operate in a way that relationships are not designed to operate. Relationship is two people to come in together and operating as a single unit. Communication, because you have individual minds and opinions and thoughts and experiences, you have to have dialogue with each other so that you can get on the same page. If you had said to him, babe, I think next year we're going to want to upgrade the bathroom. Every woman like to upgrade the bathroom.
Of course.
Okay?
And the kitchen.
We're going to upgrade the kitchen and the bathroom. And we don't have a lot of money, so we're going to start with the cupboard. What color are we going to do? You know, what do you think about that, babe? What color are we going to do? Or you want to go for natural wood finish, or you want to, should we go white? I like white, because white make it spacious and, you know, brighten up the place. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and you're like, no, I don't like those white. I like wood tone. Wood tone is warm. And you have this dialogue, and you come in between, and you might get a lighter wood tone. So you get the light half white, and you get the wood tone. Everybody happy. But there's communication that occurs, and both of you agree. You go pick it out together. You sample it, and guess what? He gonna love it and love you on top of it. This is a situation where this thing could have worked as a up. This could have taken your game to a whole nother level. Right. He could have come and said, woo, boo, you got the bathroom looking smashing, girl. Oh, come on up in here.
You're such a sweetheart. Ring.
Right, and then you get the ring, exactly. Now you're arguing over it because you did not go about it the right way. And when you are dressed, you are not responding the right way. Okay? The first thing you should do is that you should have apologized for overstepping, overreaching, because you assume you could. Because anybody living in a house for 9 years gotta feel like I can do. I mean, that's your house.
Well,
I mean, you forget it's not your house.
Yes.
Now, on the back end now, look at what happened here. Look at what happened. I'm gonna point this out. Okay. Oh, we done? We
done?
We over
I
time.
mean, all the way.
Look it up. So here's what happened. Here's the situation. Now he's arguing. You've loved him for 10 years or 11 years or however long you were dating, 9 years you're living together. Right. You had a wonderful relationship.
Right.
Now he's fussing and you're arguing, and he's arguing because you are not respecting his point of view, okay? And you're not giving him what he needs from you, because you should have apologized and say, hey, I'm sorry, you're the man. I should have included you. You're the head. I should have included you. You're the leader. I should have included you. This is your house. I should have included you in my decision process, right? Instead, you're not pushing back in a way that is apologetic. And you can see that because the man is still fussing about the thing, right? Now, if you had just apologized, it's hard. Let me tell you something. It's hard for somebody to continue. Look here. It's hard for somebody to continue to be mad with you when you sincerely apologize. And you make amends. It's very hard. Okay? So now, because he's pushing back, your situation has become uncomfortable, and you're saying you don't feel love for him like you used to. First of all, you don't feel emotion for him. And this is another problem. This is a whole other conversation. Yeah. Love is not an emotion, child. Okay? People talk about you don't feel love. You don't feel love. You do love. You are love. Love is not a feeling.
Yeah.
I love a lot of people. Sometimes I want to kill them. And love made me not. So you're talking about the emotional density is damaged because of the argument. Okay? And so what you need to do, you have invested. You have already invested 24 years in a failed marriage. You have invested in at least 10 or 11 years into this marriage, right? Into this common law marriage. And it may very well mean that you need to get some appropriate help along the way. And it might not turn out to be a bad deal for you, child. That's all I'm saying. So, again, root cause. We spend too much time on the symptoms, and the symptoms is destructive. But in order to fix it, you've got to get to the root, and you have to open your mind and think beyond just what is obvious. That's all the time we have today. And hopefully our conversations today were helpful to you. Again, if you have a marital issue, we do premarital counsel. We do marriage counsel, family counsel. And I'm telling you, we have really good successes at helping to bring people's life back together. If you're listening and you're looking for some help, our fees are very nominal. Very, very nominal. Comparing to other places. Because in a way, it's a ministry for us. Yeah. But let us know. Give us a call, 954-533-8187. 954-533-8187. And we would be more than happy to sit with you, listen to your story, and maybe help you to both go to the root cause, or even individually. There's some situation that is not even everybody, it's just you. You're the one who's dealing with it.
Exactly.
And you just gotta probably go
sometimes
find,
because of past hurt too.
Yeah, you gotta go find your spot. You gotta go back and fix what is broken in you or in the relationship, and then move on.
I think something that you need to deal with coming up February, God spare your life, is love an action or a choice.
Yeah,
a lot of people say love
February is my birthday.
Love is an action. So
love is Pastor Steve.
We need to do that.
You want to know love? Just look at Pastor Steve. That's it.
Oh Jesus.
Pastor Henry, it is good as always.
Yes, always.
Thank you for coming, ma'am.
Thank you.
I will see you again on Friday for
Fun Friday.
For Fun Friday.
Yes.
I want to thank all the folks for wherever you're logged in from today. God bless you. Take care of yourself.
Blessings.
And walk good.
And Sister Diane, God bless you.
Walk good. Diane?
Yes.
I'll come look for Diane soon.
Hey.
All right.
How can we live a broken heart?
Are you facing a relationship crisis? Don't know what to do next? Call our family counseling office and get the help you need today. 954-533-8187. 954-533-8187.
Help me mend my broken heart. I just wanna live again.